Hi, this is your girl Annette. And yes, I am wearing my new crown and my new sash with my new title, Miss Delaware Classic Universe. I am super excited to be sharing my platform, the Wear Your Crown Empowerment Series, which basically encourages women and girls into their purpose. We hope to do that by having phenomenal queens share what they do, why they do it, why it's important, and how you can stay connected to them and support them on their journey. Our hope is that you see these phenomenal queens and you say, "Ooh, that is very interesting. I could use that service," or "That's a great book. That's a wonderful story. I needed that." And you share it with other women and girls so that they can stay connected as well, especially if there's an interest that they may have or you want to expose them to a variety of phenomenal women doing great things in the world, because we've had women nationally, locally, and internationally. So I hope that you are following. Today, we have a phenomenal queen that I met on the stages of Artscape last year, I believe. And I am super excited to have her here. Hello, Kira.
Hey girl.
How are you
I'm
doing?
so happy to be here. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you so much for having me. I love this platform. You definitely got it going on. And I just appreciate the energy, man.
Well,
Phenomenal
I
women.
am super
That's us.
excited to have
Yes.
you, girl. I was like, this name looks really familiar. This name looks really I know who that is. I know. But I have so many questions. But before I get to my questions, please
Okay.
introduce yourself.
Okay. So my name is Shakira Akins, in the corporate world, I guess you can say, or nonprofit world, but I go by Kira Savvy. I am a podcaster, a poet, intermittent actress. I am a community advocate. I am a mother. I am a sister. I am a daughter, a friend, and a new author as well. Just released my poetry book, More Than Meets the Eye, the letter I, Vivid Paintings of Poetry, back in August. And I'm just me and growing more and more into just being me and being myself. And I'm so happy to be able to share that with others and hopefully share my story with other young girls, especially little Black girls and other Black women, in hopes to inspire them to just walk in their power and in their grace and in their beauty, and just and be you and let them know you here, because we here.
Yes. Now she said just I'm just Kira, but you heard her run off her list of not only interests but things she is in. She said intermittent actress, but when I tell y'all she slayed in the vagina monologues, I was like, yes, yes. So was that your first play?
It was my first play in a long time. And I actually got a chance with Artscape. Shout out to Connie, another phenomenal woman, doing her thing with Black Box Theater. Yes, to be in Brown Girls as a poet. So, and actually doing poems in between scenes, working with a bunch of other young, beautiful ladies, and just being able to be on the stage again and display that talent and just live in that. It was really a beautiful thing. And I'm hoping to do more in the future.
Okay. So now you mentioned a few things in addition to the poetry. I don't think I've seen or heard any of your pieces. So now you know I'm gonna be stalking your page, right?
Yeah, I got a couple on there. I do. I try to push
Okay.
as much as I can in between.
All right. So how did you get started with poetry?
Oh man, just being a writer. Like I've been writing. I started writing like screenplays in church, like the Christmas plays, when I was like 8 or 9 years old. And then I started writing lyrics to music, because music is really just another profound part of my life. And got into the studio when I was younger as a teenager. I also sing. It's more of a hobby than a career choice, only because it was something that was always like projected on me, like I had to be that. And at the time, I wanted to be a psychologist. So I always wanted to do something that involved like helping people. But no matter what I did in life, I always came back to writing and always came back to helping people. So poetry is just, it's just been a part of me, you know, it's just been an art form, being able to put words together and express your innermost thoughts and feelings and ideas and how you see yourself and how you want the world to see you. I more specifically write about relationships and write about love and just my thought processes and how I think and how I see people.
That is beautiful. And I know that art
Thank
is
you.
used on so many platforms for healing, for
Hmm.
better communication, because some people do better in word, some people do better if they sing it, some people do better if they draw it. Like how people express themselves through the arts is so impactful. Have you found that it's been useful in some of your community services as well? And how?
Yeah, definitely. I would say being able to speak to people, just being able to understand the heart of people, being able to communicate with people, even if you can't really do anything in the situation, just to say, hey, I get it. I've been there. I've been through, you know, many different things in my life in my 35 years where I just understand certain things. As a young girl, I was very shy. I had a lot of insecurities because I was teased, you know, because of my skin color. And I always wore these braids like up in a big bun. So people will call me Whoopi Goldberg. And the funny part about that is that Whoopi Goldberg is a beautiful woman, you know?
Yes.
So to mean
Yes.
something like that as an insult to a child, you know, back then, it could be harmful, you know. And I
Right.
know that a lot of, you know, chocolate girls may feel insecure about their skin color, but I'm one to tell them, like, baby, this is the best part about you. Like, you shine like nobody else shines.
Like nobody
Like
else.
nobody else shines, and to take care of your skin, because
Yes.
it's definitely going to be something that, you know, later on in life that you want to see. I'm at 35, like that's my number one go-to, is to take care of my skin and love my skin and love the skin that I'm in, you know.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. You just unpacked like so much. I had so many names coming up. I was taught this is mind you, this is from other black people, other
Yeah.
people of color. Some
Mm-hmm.
chocolate like me, some not chocolate like me. Like I had all kinds of names that used to come out, and initially I was like embarrassed to be black. I would try to do
Right.
everything to make it look like I wasn't as dark, and
Mm-hmm.
to a point where I was like, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, this is me. It's not going to
Right.
change. So you know, some and people don't always understand the journey that you're on,
Right.
and how that creates the queen that you are today. Like those
Exactly.
challenges, how you engage with people, how you interact with people, how you perceive how they interact, engage, and speak and address you. Because even
Indeed.
now, that is a thing. Like you think that
Right.
I need you, or that I am needy because I'm chocolate. No,
Mm-hmm.
baby. I'm good over here. Whether I'm with someone or whether I am by myself, I'm
Right.
where I'm supposed to be. I'm where I need to be, and I'm what I need to be at this time
Yeah.
in this season. And as I continue to grow and learn not only about myself, but the love on myself by myself,
Mhm.
like the
Yes.
empowerment that has. Girl, the empowerment. Look, I'm trying to bring it down because I'm going to get real low all up in the camera.
Listen, you preaching, sis. But
The
they give it to them because
empowerment
they
that
need
you
to
get
know.
from it teaches you that you can do all things. One.
Yes.
Two, it teaches you to love yourself and to branch out, to try new things, because whatever this isn't working. So the creative ways that we come up with to not only express ourselves, but to share
Hmm.
and to give back to community. Girl, that's why I got this crown and sash now. The
Right.
first crown that I had no idea the impact it would make
Right.
for other women and girls that look like me. And you
Right.
know that I typically wear my hair natural. So to see a
Hmm.
natural queen, a natural chocolate queen, rocking a
Right.
crown in the sash. They're like, who this woman? Who is this? I'm Annette.
Right
How are
though.
you, queen? And they're like, I'm not a queen. I don't have a crown. Of course you do. Your
Yes, you
whole aura
do.
is a crown. Your hair is a crown. Your head is a crown.
Mhm.
And you don't need a sash to be a crown. I mean, to be a queen. So, you start identifying some of the things that they are doing,
Right.
maybe how they approach you. And they're like, oh, I am a queen. Yes. And then when you start talking to
Mhm.
them about what makes a queen, they start
Right.
identifying qualities that they do have. And they're like, oh, I never thought of myself. Oh, baby, yes, you are.
Right.
And that goes for all hues of women. But for
Mhm.
me, my journey specifically has been about being chocolate and
Right.
being perceived one way by people who look like me.
Right.
So in
and
terms of
and
giving
having
back,
and having to see that in yourself and for yourself. And we was just talking about parenting, and I really think my daughter, she'll be 8 soon in a couple of weeks, and the most challenging thing for me was having a daughter, and even at that time still wanting to better myself as a woman, wanting to be a better example for her, because our little girls watch us. And I didn't realize how much she watched me until when she was a very little baby, she would sit with her legs crossed. And that's how I sit. I sit with my legs crossed. And that's the way she sits now. She's like a little princess. And at the
yeah,
time I was like in the hair, makeup, all of that stuff. And she saw me into it, and now she's into it. And I let her have that. And I want her to know you are beautiful. Despite all of these things, you are still very beautiful. Your natural hair is beautiful. Your skin as it is beautiful. And all you do is add beauty and add perfection to it. So these things are just, they're enhancers for us.
yes, that
We
part.
don't need them. We want them.
Yes,
You And I think that's the most important thing for our girls to know, for us to know. It's like we're beautiful in our natural state, regardless of what we do to ourselves. Baby, we have a crown. Anytime you look in the mirror,
yes,
you see that glistening like that crown Annette got on top of her head. You see that, visualize that crown. See that crown in the mirror, and you walk out
yes.
the bathroom or out that room like, yes, I am Miss America.
Yes, exactly, exactly. And I feel like we should treat all
Yes.
of our girls like that, regardless of where they're at in that stage. If we treat them like
Mhm.
the queens and the princesses that we know that they are, that is what
Mhm.
will move to the forefront. But if we're calling them outside their name, identifying them as something else, guess what we're doing? We're speaking that over their life. And
Yeah.
it is so true. It is so true. And I know, the young
Yeah.
people be like, y'all old people, y'all always
Mhm.
y'all think. But if you say it enough, you will prove it to be true. So we need to
Right.
start speaking life over our girls, identifying them as the queens and
Yes.
the princesses that they are, so that they can start moving in that space because they are needed in the queendom. They are
Right.
needed. We are leaving here. Some of us older women still need that same training and still need that encouragement or that
Yeah.
inspiration that the little ones do give us. Like when we do see
Mhm.
them moving in purpose, it's inspiring. It's like, you know what? I remember when I used to dream about stuff. I remember when I wanted to be, and sometimes it takes us back to where we used to be and put
Yes.
us back on track to where our purpose authentically is. Because a lot of times adulting takes us off track.
Right.
It takes us off
Indeed.
track. And you get tied
Yeah.
into the money of things or the expectations of people. No, get back to purpose. Get back to what
Mhm.
your intentions are and what you feel like you were meant to do. Because
Right.
everything else is gonna come.
And you can.
You
And you
definitely can.
can. I've always been a person to and this is just my vulnerability, something that I've learned to become. I've always hidden behind a facade, you know, And I've always presented myself a certain way to people, even in my own tone of voice, coming from business backgrounds, being in offices, having to wear, suits and formal wear and shoes, and make sure my hair was neatly coiffed, and making sure if I did wear my natural hair, it was pulled tightly in a ponytail, and just very little things where I didn't feel authentic to myself. I preach authenticity because I know what it's like to hide behind a facade. I know what it's like to hide behind somebody where you don't truly feel like yourself. And this really stemmed from, it's like a trauma from childhood, from being teased, from always
Mm.
being teased for my appearance, for having big lips, for having a big smile, for not
Yes. A
having,
beautiful smile.
yeah, a big, beautiful smile, baby.
Yes.
But not looking like the status quo, you know,
Yeah.
and just look at yourself in the mirror and love who you are. Like, if you got daughters, men and women alike, just tell your babies every day how beautiful they are, how special they are, how great they are, how unique they are in this world. We just had this conversation now with my 7-year old, me and her brother, about social media,
Mm.
and he was doing a little dance that I did not approve of, and I made her take it down, and she was so distraught. She was distraught and hurt over the fact that, well, if I don't do this, I'm not going to have views, I'm not going to have followers. And this is the world that we live in now. Our babies are being told to put themselves on a pedestal, to do things that are not like them, are not of their
Oh my
character,
goodness.
in order to get
Yes.
people to see them, to watch them, to feel accepted and to feel appreciated. I had to tell my daughter, sweetheart, those people don't live their lives like that. They don't go around doing those things every day. They
Nope.
do it because they want people to see them. Like, but you are seen, you are loved, and you don't need. It was a part in the brown skin girls play where one of the poems said it was about being on social media. You don't need likes to know you are loved. And I'm quoting that
Yes.
because I think that is so
That's a whole
profound.
t-shirt, just so that you know.
It really is. It really is. And shout out to the young woman, I don't remember her name, that wrote that play, but you need to put that on a t-shirt because that's going
Yes.
to sell. You do not need likes to know you are loved, because you are. You are
Mm.
loved. Indeed.
Mm. We just had this conversation on a podcast that I join on occasion.
Mm-hmm.
One is called the Color Cafe, which is on Mondays, and the other one is Therapy Thursday, which rotates on Thursdays between Therapy Thursdays and the Fatherhood program. But we were
Okay.
saying that society has made it so that this
Mm-hmm.
younger generation of kids are tied to, so connected to social media, that they don't I feel like they don't live life. So okay, so I feel okay, y'all bear with me for just a second. I feel like it's like
Mm-hmm.
the zombie apocalypse, like for real, because this generation is so tied to social media that if they don't see it there, it didn't happen. If they're not putting it on, then it didn't happen. You could be out here
Yeah.
living your best life, but you'd rather pretend to be living your best life and being happy for the views. Like,
Yeah.
if you're not doing it because you authentically enjoy doing it, because you authentically like doing, making that commitment to the
Right.
craft, then it's not serving a purpose for you, because now it feels like work. You're not going
Right.
to be happy with the work, because you know in your heart of hearts that the people who are liking don't necessarily know and authentically connect to you,
Right.
to love you like you deserve to be loved and recognized, especially
Mm-hmm.
for the talent and the skills that you either have, or that you're sharing, or that you're suppressing because you prefer to get the views. But the
Right.
discussion was, of course, we had some social workers and some psychologists on there who had their ideas about it. We were actually talking about the young lady who had cut her daughter's hair and what it meant for the
Mhm.
daughter, what it meant for the mother, what it did for their views and things, because all of that
Mhm.
unfortunately comes into play when you're playing with social media, which unfortunately is a dangerous game, I feel like
It is. You.
leaning into that as real life
Mhm.
is an issue. But as we're leaning in, your book, let's get to that book. It's a book of
It
poems, right?
is.
Poetry
It
that
is.
you wrote. Can you
I
tell
did.
us a little bit about your book?
So, more than meets the eye, vivid paintings of poetry. I like to say that I paint pictures with my words. So, the subtitle description is a mosaic of words, if you will. So, it's really relationship oriented. It's about love. It's about, just being in love, how I feel, and the energy that I bring. It is an adult's book, so we'll just go ahead and say that because of the nature of the poem. So I only market to an adult audience. About my sexuality, my sensuality, my seductiveness, just all things that are me, and it's more than just a title. It's more than just saying I. It's more than just saying I am. It's very deeper than that. A woman who has a lot of layers, and I like to be able to express those layers through my words more specifically.
Mhm.
So yeah, it is available on my website. I also have merchandise that Annette has up right now. T-shirts, coffee mugs, masks, stickers, book covers, tote bag,
Oh,
you name it. I'm also wearing a T-shirt from my website. It's the feature picture on the back of my poetry book,
oh,
and this for
let's
me
get
is like
to.
it's a piece of art. This is me. It's the back of my book, if y'all can see it. So, and I took this picture myself. I printed it myself. I did everything myself.
Nice.
So it's something that I'm very proud of. In this picture, I'm actually laying in bed writing, or sitting in bed writing. But it's a part of me that feels good. It gives me confidence. It makes me feel like the phenomenal queen that I am. So if you
Nice.
and I also have a visual for my one of my poems entitled "Running" that actually plays on that page on my website that y'all can check out and enjoy. Um, let's see what else about the book. There's also quotes that I added in between each chapter, so it's separated into 4 chapters, and
Okay.
each quote in the book is basically just a highlight of what you're about to read. And though it's all me, all my words from front to back. Those
Okay.
pieces
So
are my
I thought
son's.
you had one book, but there are like 20 books on here or
Well, no,
more.
these aren't books. This is my merch website.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
these are the prints for all my t-shirts, and they can be printed, on anything.
Oh,
T-shirts,
okay.
hoodies, coffee mugs, whichever one you choose.
Okay.
These are some of my older designs, and I did all of these myself actually. The 2 drawings, those are from my son. So
Okay.
that's one
Oh,
of my
that's
logos for So
beautiful.
Kevin TV. Yeah.
Nice.
So it's just a lot of creativity. That's actually the cover of my book. That's the back cover there. Those
The one
first
in the
2.
center.
Yep. That's the
Okay.
one I have on right now.
Okay.
And
That is
you'll recognize
awesome.
it because that's also my profile picture.
And
I'm
I think
so
we used that picture for the flyer as well.
Yes, we did. We did. I'm proud of me. It's been like a long journey for me to even get here to like promote myself and put myself on a pedestal and say that I'm proud of me because I deserve
Yeah.
to be. So yeah, I hope y'all can check out the website. That's my podcast page. So, and I
Oh,
also
this is
have blog,
awesome.
my YouTube channel, And I just posted the last two videos. Those are all my podcasts.
Okay. So
Yeah.
now I hope you guys are paying attention. So she has not only a podcast, but she has a YouTube. And on this same website, the link is going to be below. She has a website with t-shirts, with mugs, with a variety of things that you can have put onto almost anything,
Yep.
right? That is
Yep.
awesome. And I love the fact that you included your son in some
Yeah.
of the artwork. That is super important. Like if
Yeah.
a kid's like, oh, like my mom's doing this, I have something I want to contribute. A lot of times we're like, no, this is mine. Let me, you don't know, you don't understand. But they're building that same passion. You're right. They see us. They see us
Yeah.
moving. They know so much. We just
They
do not
do.
give them the
They
credit
do.
for half the stuff that they know because we be too busy adulting and we
Indeed.
miss the authenticity or the space that they're moving in and that they're growing in. But it is so important that you pay
Mhm.
attention to what your children say, what they do, and what they see, especially when it comes from you.
Indeed, because it's so it's like so different out here for kids now than it was, when I was growing up. Like
Agreed.
we had the internet, but we weren't that enthralled in it. Like we still were outside playing. Like we had cell phones like when I was in high school, but you couldn't call. It was free after 9 and free on the weekends. So in my text call, so you had to call me. Like we didn't have the phones constantly in our faces. Yeah, we watched TV, but at a certain hour.
Yeah,
We went outside, we played all day, we knew what time to come in the house. Our parents didn't have to call us. Like they are growing up in a very different time and in a
yeah,
very different world. And I think the most important thing for me to tell my kids is to just be yourself, because I never felt like I could be myself, that I would be accepted as me. And it shows in the both of them. It shows in who they are as people. They're kind people, they're loving people, they have great manners. Do they work my nerves? Absolutely. They are not perfect. But for them to own who they are,
right.
own all your flaws, own everything that you love about yourself, and give that to people and just be you and be great at whatever you do. That's
That is
important.
super important. That is awesome. So, if we want to support your craft or your YouTube, your Facebook, your Instagram, how do we do that and where do we find you?
You can find me at Savvy Kira on Instagram and Facebook at SAVVYKIRA. I'm mostly on Facebook a lot. My YouTube channel, I post my videos there, my podcast, every first and last Saturday of the month, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can follow me and subscribe on YouTube at Kira Savvy Talk Heavy. That's KIRASAVVYTAWK and the word heavy. Instagram, everything I do on Facebook goes to Instagram. I'm barely on Twitter or barely on LinkedIn, but definitely Facebook. You can get a copy of my book on my website, www.ljtrtawkheavy.com. And a call to action for me would be just support your community. Like find your people, find out what your community is, find out what you love, and be a part of it and stick to it and put out positivity. Continue to put out positivity. The quote for my life is, there is no greater love than the love for humanity, because at the end of the day, race, creed, color, background, ethnicity, we are all human beings. We are all human beings. And if that's the one thing that we can understand about each other, there will be less hate and less problems in the world.
That was well said. Oh my gosh,
Thank you
girl. Don't
so
be having me over here ready to cry. I got makeup
much.
on.
I I do that sometimes. I've been known to take people on these,
No,
emotions.
because it is so needed. Like, and a lot of people, you can buy my book, you can, and talking to my current director, she was like,
Mhm.
like connect to people, like look at the
Yeah,
service, and I'm like, you know what, that is so true. You connect with people even more if you have some service commonalities, or you're already in the grit of working or doing something on the ground. It is so important. So if you have an opportunity to volunteer, to be part of a service group or organization, feed the homeless. The holiday is coming. The Christmas just ended, but they have the people who make
right,
the socks, who start putting stuff together even for next year. If you have an opportunity to volunteer, be sure to do that.
right.
And make sure you check out her website. All of the information is below. If you're watching us on YouTube, it's all below. If we're sharing a link, then you have to go to the YouTube to see it. But it'll be on Instagram up here at the top, or to the side, and on Facebook at the top as well. So is there anything else that you would like them, our listening queens, to know?
Be you every day. That's it. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, girl, I love you. I love you. And I'm going to love you like nobody else can love you. That's it. And I guarantee you, even if you say it and you don't believe it when you say it, the more you say it, you will start to believe it. I guarantee you, because can't nobody love you the way you love you. And then give that love to other people. Shine. Show them that you can shine. But I'm gonna stop right there because I can keep going on and on with that one.
Okay. You heard it here. She said, be perfect in your imperfection. And we preach that. Where you
Yeah,
are is where you need to be. And we need you. We need you. So,
we need.
ladies, we are building a queendom. I hope that you continue to join us and to move in purpose. This is
Yes.
the Wear Your Crown 2023 series, and we have Kira. Be sure to check out her website and her book. The links are below. Thank you so much for joining me today.
And that it has been an honor and a privilege, and I so appreciate your platform. I appreciate your beauty and your elegance and what you've given. And this is dope, yo. Keep it going. This is so dope. I
Thank
love this for
you.
us. I really do.
I appreciate it. Bye.
Bye.